So just a few for our own practice. So if we had to take a braai and a trolley, what do you think we could create from mashing these two products together? And I'm sure you've seen this, and this is why there's a limited edition of metal trolleys around anymore, because most things have plastic, because they were being stolen left, right, and center by our creative people who were using them for alternative uses. A trolley and a chair. Okay, this one's interesting. A cell phone and a shaver. You know, what do you think you could do? And many people will say, it'll tell you when to shave and so on and so forth. And I said, no, look what they've actually done. While you're talking, you can now shave. Okay, I don't know how practical this is, but it's there, it exists, the USB that plugs in. What about stilts and a bus? So just to show you, this is, I think it'll actually play as well. No, it won't play. Okay, so this one's not going to play, but you can basically see this is a new thing that the UAE are looking at. So it's a new bus system that has these wheels, and as they go over a car, it lifts up. And so they can go over cars, and it solves that problem of buses being stuck in traffic. So these are the key areas, the 4 key areas, if we just sum them up, of the DCOM methodology, is this ability to practice divergent thinking, to come up with many different ideas. You can't just take the first 1 or 2 obvious solutions, because I promise you, if you're trying to solve something in your business, if you're trying to have that competitive edge, those first 1 or 2 solutions that you come up with, trust me, everyone else can come up with that too. It's going beyond, and we saw that in the box, and we saw when we did those boxes, is that, or I gave you that example of people in, doing that exercise with not being able to use their hands or speaking. You've got to get beyond those first 2, 3 solutions. Then it's a matter of challenging assumptions. Start asking why. You then need to be more observant and see what's going on. And lastly, you need to practice mashing up. So, what I do in workshops is I say, okay, here's a lid of a cup and here's a phone. What solution? Create a new product for me in 1 minute, or not even 1 minute, in 10 seconds. Or take a glass of water and a stapler and say, what product can you create? Or, as I said, a cup and a cell phone. And you got to keep practicing this all the time. And this is how you start to improve. So how do we apply this now into our business? So let's take a quick case study of applying this methodology into solving a particular challenge. So the one I'm using is around children and drinking too many cold drinks and having too much fizzy, sugary drinks. And this is becoming a real problem. And just to give you, background, we know how good water is, and we need to encourage children to drink more water generally. So let's take you on an entrepreneur in the drinking water market. So you could be Aquazania, or one of these drinking or creating bottled water and whatever. And you're approached by the Department of Health and Department of Education to give your ideas on how you would solve this challenge. If you're awarded the contract, it's worth 15 million. I don't know if you'll ever get paid it, but let's see. So what is the challenge is how might we encourage children to drink more water at school in order to keep children healthier and hydrated? So we start off with our divergent thinking, and we start thinking with regards to, okay, what are some of the ideas? Maybe we remove all cold drinks and sugary drinks from the tuck shop. We ban all sugary drinks from even entering the school. We reward children with stickers if they consume more than 2 liters. We make the children do additional exercise to make them drink. We add additional water stations at the school. Or maybe let's really be a bit creative. We create posters and campaigns around the school to remind children to keep drinking water. Now, I promise you, if I left this with most people, they would come up maybe with a few others. So some of them start, as you start going through them, they start to get a little bit more creative, because I can promise you the first few is what standard people would say. But we don't want stock standard. We want to win this 50 million. We want to be creative in our ideas and solutions. So we need to get beyond this. So we now look at our curiosity or challenging assumptions. And here are some examples of why. So the first one could be, why can't we eat our water? Why can't water be in a gas and a solid phase? Because we know it's the only compound that can be. Why do we need to drink water? Why can't we inhale it? Why does water have to be tasteless or colorless? Why can't it fall from the sky? Why can't we inject water into our body? Why can't we take a capsule instead of drinking water like a caffeine suppository? Some of these are a bit weird, but can you understand where I'm going with this? Why can't there be a lottery of water? Why does water have to come in a plastic bottle, a glass, or tap? And so on and so forth. So you can sit for hours coming up with these different, but these why questions are quite hard to think of. And this is where you need to start exercising your creativity. Our next thing is observation. So what would we need to be observing if we're trying to solve this challenge? We would need to know, when do children drink at school? Do exercise? Do children bring drinks from home or school? What drinks do they drink if they come from home? How long are their breaks? What do children do? And you can just read through that list of different observations. And while we're at it, we also say, what do actually children like most? We must observe. They like to have fun, experiments. They like color. They like easy way outs. They like to do the least work and get the maximum output. Socialize, play, exercise, and so on. So what we do now is then we get, so we've done divergent thinking is to come up and think of some great ideas, then to apply the why, then to apply the observation, and then we apply what we call our mashing up or conceptual blending. And how I do this, and many people do it in different ways, is I use mind mapping. So what I take is I say water there, and in each of these we can see, and I've taken this information from all the why questions and the observation. So container, straws, plastic, cup, water fountain, glass bottle. Factors of drinking, exercise, winter, cold, summer. So it's like a matter of just coming up with these different things that relate to all different aspects of what we've been thinking about in our observation and in our why questions. So why can't we inhale, suck, inject, eat, and so on and so forth? And then we start playing and we start conceptually blending. So what I do is I start taking one from straws, one from container, one from drink, one from tech, one from factors of drinking, and I put them all together. And that is what we call mashing up. And can I get something from that? So here are the examples. If I took solid plus taste plus color, what about frozen ice jelly tots? Because children love things that are colorful and tasty. So we could create little bags of ice jelly tots that are completely sugar-free, but are really refreshing to eat. Now this, if you think about it, makes it more exciting for children than removing sugary drinks from the tuck shop. Because remember, we want children to drink, we want them to drink water, but there are other ways other than just giving them bottles or plastic bottles of water or water fountains. So this is one way. Or we could take and conceptually blend gas plus pump plus exercise. So just like if you're an asthma sufferer and you need to take a puff of your water, you can actually the puff of the inhaler to help you breathe. We could put water, because water can be in gas format. We can actually use it as an inhaler. And we could just get the same amount by taking one puff than we can if we drank 250 mils of water. Another one could be, remember, we can eat. So what about if we know that watermelon, and I read this yesterday, is actually, it's 70 or 80% water. Yes, it also contains a lot of sugar, but for children, that's still healthy. But there's cucumbers, tomatoes, so we can actually encourage our children to eat water instead of just drinking it. And if we add technology back, we can always create like a digital billboard, you know, that you put your hand against these things and then your little packets of jelly tots fall out and you can go and get it. Or in your inhaler, most kids now have access to cell phones. Well, not in this country so much, but you know, a smartphone is becoming a prerequisite, I think, and it will remind you to drink. So maybe we have an app, and maybe we have drones that actually deliver the watermelon to the children. And so these become more exciting options than these that we originally saw here with regards to the stock standard solutions. And this is why we need to start applying creativity in our day-to-day lives. So I've gone through this very, very quickly, and I have no doubt there are questions, and I have no doubt that you have certain questions for me. And what is important is that creativity is getting beyond the predictable behavior of human beings. It's getting past where you actually need to be in terms of your behavior. And if you look at the DCOM methodology, it's all around looking at those attributes. There's no miracle cure, or there's no pill. Maybe we need to be creative and come up with one in terms of coming up and being creative. We have to start applying and getting this muscle expanding again. And the way to do it is by using some of these practical methods that I've spoken about. Divergent thinking. Why? Just like when you see something or it is, you know, even look at our COVID situation. What why questions could we ask that would help us start solving this particular, catastrophe or pandemic that is currently occurring? But as I said, creativity is getting beyond those first 2 or 3 ideas. And that's why when I showed you right in the beginning, those first few slides of entrepreneurship in terms of the skill, creative problem solving and critical thinking and creativity, why they are so important is because we can't carry on doing things the same way we've always done them. We can see what's happening in our world. Things are changing, but we need to move with that change, and we need to start coming up with new ideas, new ways, asking the right questions. You know, we need to stop saying, why do we have to work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week? There must be better ways of doing everything. So to conclude, this is my message for you, or my message of hope for going forward into 2021. 2021 is going to come on the 1st of January. I don't know if I'm the bearer of bad news, but 31st of December 2020 moves into 2021. And people have got this hope and this new thing around being able to, that things will change. Things will change if you make them change. And things will change if you start thinking differently and applying the skill of creativity and learning those different things. So with hope in my heart to you and to everyone who's in the entrepreneur world, in business, in organizations, is to start learning and applying some of the things that you've learned today, to have this mental freedom. Don't be mentally incarcerated. Don't go through life with blinkers over your eyes. Open your world, open your mind. So that's it from me. Thanks, Liesl. I'm done. My time is up.
Thank you very much, Lana. I think, definitely allowed that we spend more time with you. So thank you so much for the words of wisdom and everything you have shared with us. If you wouldn't mind stop sharing, then I'll share. While we're getting that done, is there anybody who have questions for Lana? You are more than welcome. We can spend a couple of minutes on 2 or 3 questions. Anybody? We'll just get my chat up again. Anybody who would like to share questions?
Could I make a comment? It's Gwyn.
A quick one. Yes, thanks, Gwyn.
One of the issues with the education system, I find, is that the whole structure of courses, as an example, be it CETA, SOCWA, whatever the case might be, we talk about subject experts. And most of the subject experts, I'm involved on the technology side with traceability and market access, and that scenario has changed dramatically over the last 20 years. And the subject matter experts on the whole are your more senior people who were educated beforehand. And as a result, it is a complete gap in all of our courses, university, college, school, and so on. And I'm not sure how we change that. So quite apart from the creativity, it's just the status. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I think we are very aware that huge change is required, but we're also very aware that change is taking place. Any questions? Okay. I'm going to take, yes. Who's that?
It says, how do you see the core of creativity to convince students who live in the desert to drink more water in case there's a scarcity of water and energy? Okay, I'll have to, I'm willing to take this with Atef on a private chat, and we can discuss this, because this, I love the question, but it might take some time away from you, Liesl.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll appreciate that, because that is quite an intense conversation that can take place around that, and it is a Africa problem we need to solve, and creative thinking will definitely help us to do that. So Lana, thank you very much. I am going to move on. We unfortunately do not have time for the brilliant summaries we have become accustomed to from Craig. Craig, unfortunately, I'm going to move on from that. But it's not all to to waste, because what we have started doing is we've got a little landing page, and I'm going to share that in a moment with you as well. So just to look at what the next steps are, we are going to work with Lana. We already started the conversations to start launching her skills programs with us. We will be able to share those dates quite soon, but that will definitely be in January 2021. Correct, Lana?
Correct.
Yeah,
towards the end of January 2021, because I need a holiday now. I need to get to this beach.
You need to get to your beach. Absolutely. And I think we cannot wait for that. So we'll keep you posted on the dates and the times, and also what the courses will be. There will be more than one course. I promise you that from Lana. And I will definitely be one of your first subscribers to your course, Lana. So some other activities. This is our last masterclass for the year. Craig will talk a little bit more to thanking everybody at the end. Our next free workshop will be from Melissa Subban on the 15th of January, where she will talk to us about creating new teams and dealing with changing new teams. That's going to be very exciting as well. And all these workshops we are doing to democratize entrepreneurship with our community. Courses that's coming, I mentioned these last week, Thinking as a Superpower by Liesl Marie. Alistair, AI for Business Leaders. And Alistair, I'm going to put a commitment here for January as well from you. Lloyd is working hard on launching his Mindset of the Entrepreneur course, which is another exciting one. And then I'm launching The Secret to Achieving Your Goals in 2021. This is a goal setting course you have never attended or have experienced before. So you can start pre-registering for that on the 22nd of December. And then the official course starts on 11 January, and we're going to have 5-day challenges there. We're going to have masterclasses, etc., etc. And I'm so excited about my own course. I think I want to attend it as well. So with all of that said, then what we have here for you is, I just want to quickly get to this slide, is where to get hold of Lana. Craig, if you wouldn't mind sharing the contact details in the chat. And also what we have here is an invitation to you. If you want to become a guest speaker like Lana, like all our previous guest speakers, if you have experience, a skill set, knowledge that you would like to share with our community to work with us and help us democratize entrepreneurship, please do join us. Please contact me, and then we can schedule a session with you on that. So I'm going to share these links. Sorry, Craig, I can't copy and share at the same time. If you wouldn't mind sharing that. Oh, sorry, Danielle. Yeah, 15 January 2021. Thank you for that correction. Clearly, I need to go on a break now as well. Please contact us. This is Become a Purposepreneur with us. Let's join in the hashtag each one, teach one, reach one. This is how we are going to democratize entrepreneurship. We've got a calendar, and that link there will take you through the calendar. It's busy filling up. Get your name and your topic in there. Put your email address in there, and we'll be in contact with you. And there's also the links to reach us on YouTube and Telegram and our LinkedIn community. It's been shared, so please click through there. Craig, I'm going to hand over to you for the final close, and I'm going to stop sharing so that we can see.
You could have kept it there. I created a slide, which is now the second last one.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So, Lana, thank you so much. That was really awesome. Are you seeing my slide? No.
Do you want to share? Craig, share. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to Lana can see. Maybe I put it on the wrong presentation. Anyway, very quickly share. Okay, so just need to go back one. Here we go. So, Lana, that was awesome. Liesel, in spite of the fact that we didn't have time to go through the summary, we do share all of this stuff with all of you afterwards. So you will get the summary and all of the information from the presentation. I just want to say have an excellent festive season. And all the best for an exponential decade with 2020 hindsight. So think ahead. And I always refer to this quote. So the purpose of life is to discover your gift. The work of life is to develop it, and the meaning of life is to give it away. So I encourage you this festive season to give more than you get, and to think about, the next 5 years, we can actually be the change that we want to see in the world. And we all need to contribute to that. Practice abundance thinking and be the change that you want to see. Thanks very much, everyone. Liesel, have I left anything out?
No, I don't think you have. Thank you
Awesome.
very much. Lana, maybe you would like to have one last word about, working with us and maybe encouraging other people to get on the journey like you have. That would be highly appreciated. We have a minute left.
Absolutely. So thanks, Craig and Liesel, for this great opportunity. I met Craig a few weeks ago, and he has inspired me. It was the end of the year. I think even I was getting quite disenchanted for the rest of the year and ready to pack up. And all of a sudden, I've just had this spurt of energy from Craig and from Liesel. They are an absolute pleasure to work with. I have never worked with two more professional people as both Craig and Liesel. So I am so excited to be part of this going forward. And I promise to bring more exciting stuff. This is my passion. This is exactly what Craig is saying, is that part of it obviously is to build a business, but the other is to actually give meaning to my life. And that is to take what I know, what I have, what I can, and transfer it to as many people as possible. The more people that are able to start being creative and thinking of ideas, so the world will be, please God, a better one for us all. So yeah, I
Awesome.
have
Thank you so much.
and
Yeah.
all of that. So thank you.
Thank you, Lana.
Everybody
Thanks,
have a wonderful festive season, and do take time out to free up your minds and come back with great force and great purpose in January. We look forward to welcome you all back. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful
Awesome, guys.
December.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye. Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Thank you.